Hey, what up, everybody? Okay, what's going on? It's your girl Tanya, and this video is my book wrap up for the month of October. And I'm talking about all the books I read last month. So let's talk about books. All right, not all of these I actually have the hard copy for because I do Audible as well. So let's get into it. The first book of the month was I really liked The 7 or 8 Lives of Stella Fortuna by Juliet Grimes, I think. This book was so good. It wasn't what I expected it to be. It was way better than what I thought. So basically, it follows Maria Stella Fortuna is the main character, and it follows her life from birth to death. And basically, it starts out a small village in Italy, and then they relocate to the United States. What I love about this book is basically she 7 or 8 deaths, meaning she has some close death experiences throughout her life, like times where she almost died but didn't quite. So what I loved about her character is basically she was born in like 1920. And back in the 1920s, women didn't really have a lot of choices. You got married, and basically being a Italian woman back then was like a house slave. And basically, she did not want that life. She wanted to be independent. She wanted to be her own person. She wanted to make her own choices. So that meant she did not want to get married. That didn't really happen, but her character was like so strong, and she was definitely a fighter. So I love the book. One thing I have to mention is I love the fact that the story, when they relocate from Italy to the United States, they relocate to Hartford, Connecticut. And that's my hometown. So I was so nostalgic. What I love about the story is how authentic it was. It was well written, but it was so authentic. They would make mentions of like the girls went to Hartford Public High School, or like they were walking down Franklin Avenue, which is close to where I grew up. They bought like a house on the west end of Hartford. So I'm nostalgic when it comes to that. So I enjoyed that. I gave this book 5 stars. The 7 or 8 Lives of Stella Fortuna. The next book is The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. Can you see? I did a book review on this earlier, so I really don't want to like beat a dead horse, but look here. Basically, your main character, Anna Fox, she is an agoraphobic, which means she cannot leave the house. She's definitely afraid of leaving the house because of a tragedy that she experienced like previously in her life. So while she lives her life from looking out the damn window. And she's got a bit of an alcohol issue. So she witnesses a crime, but because of her mental state, the police don't really take her seriously. So the entire time when you're reading the book, you're trying to figure out, did this happen in her head? Did this happen in real life? Is she fucked up on drugs? Like, we don't know. But then you get all the answers in the end, and you're like, oh shit. So it was really good. I gave this one a 5 star too. Very well written. It kept you like engaged the entire time. Like, it was really good. 5 stars. I recommend this. And I haven't seen the movie yet, but I will. Moving on. The next book was The Whisper Man by Alex North. The Whisper Man. This is a psychological thriller. It's a small town in the UK, and 20 years prior, kids would go missing, never to be seen again. The man that did that crime has been prosecuted, and he is in prison. However, all of a sudden, kids end up missing. So, sorry, making sure my thing don't cut off. So, the main character, he knows that something is after his son. He doesn't know who or what. But it was pretty creepy. I enjoyed it. Well written. I thought the ending wrapped up a little too quick. I want like a more of a, who died? I don't know. Whatever. That's me being me. But I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was pretty good. I may check out his next